Alrighty, guys, what is going on? My name is Tubby. We got back from the WWE 2K17 playtest. These are going to be my first impressions. These are going to be off the cuff. I'm going to get some gameplay, some footage scraped together from the B-roll I shot, and a bunch of goodness from the event itself. But let's just jump right in. So we got in line for the press event for the actual to be able to play the game. Now there was probably, I don't know what, 10, 15, probably like 15 to 20 TVs set up, 15 different stations set up to play, specifically for press, YouTubers, things like that. And we got a chance to sit down and play the game. Now, at first, we only got to play with 4 characters. We did get the console taken care of. And we did go ahead and play with, we had a choice between Alberto Del Rio, Finn Balor, some people are going to be mad, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, which I have to be honest, I really like playing with AJ Styles. I will say a lot of the matches I played, I didn't try to play like great one-on-one epic matches. We also had Seth Rollins that you could play, which is pretty sweet. Dean Ambrose was another one. And if I remember one other name, I'll tell you about it in a second. But the very first thing I did was we did a match right before we knew we only had 4 matches. There was 4 different match types we could play once we got into it. You could do a normal, a backstage brawl, a triple threat, and a fatal 4-way. Now, if you guys watched my video regarding WWE 2K17 and why I thought this year was a big year, taking Showcase out of the game allowed the team to really focus and really fix and alleviate a lot of the problems, or to make the game better and more fun. Backstage and fighting in the crowd definitely helps. I'm going to dive into that. So the first thing we did was do a match, and we tried to do, I did AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose with my boy Sports Gaming Universe, and we wanted to do crowd fighting. But what we did, Dean Ambrose, versus AJ Styles. When we did that, I did Breakout, and Dean, we attacked Dean, and his jacket stayed on for quite a while, but the belt dropped, and the belt became available to use throughout the match as a weapon, the actual World Heavyweight Championship belt, which was a very, very cool addition, little minor gameplay detail that was a big deal. I will let you guys know that when we do play on these kind of builds, they are not a final build, still being worked on. So I will tell you from what we played in that match, we were trying to go to the outside. We got into crowd fighting, but because it was a normal match, we were kind of getting counted out, which kind of limited our time a little bit. But ultimately, you can go over the barricade by pressing L1 or the left bumper, the front one, and I'm guessing LB on Xbox One. And then if you strong Irish whip your opponent, they go over the barricade. I will tell you this, with the throwing and the targeting of Irish whipping, you do have to kind of aim a little bit more. I definitely liked it. It felt more natural. When you're throwing people into stuff, it worked. When you do the door thing, I thought it worked pretty well. And one of my favorite additions was, the first thing I noticed was I did a breakout in that match where I come running down the ring. And when I broke out, I was super excited because it goes to split screen now. So instead of being one long screen where you kind of could possibly get lost, you now have split screen. So it splits to one side and it comes back to the other. Now this is also in backstage. So if you throw somebody through a door and they smash through the door, you get a split screen of the person inside of the door and then the person walking from the outside, which is a huge deal. I love that. I was a little nervous how they were going to do the cameras. I thought the split angle worked. Now, we're going to stick to single matches, crowd fighting, and backstage. We're going to save some of the other matches for a little bit in another video. I will tell you, Irish whipping, strong Irish whipping puts them into the crowd. Once you're in the crowd, there's a table out there. There's 2 garbage cans, a water bottle, 2 chairs, which I have to be honest with you, when you're backstage, the table physics were pretty awesome. I was doing a backstage match with not as fan with Alberto Del Rio versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I was gonna wait. We played with Nakamura, and holy shit, absolutely blew me away. You guys are gonna dig the shit out of Nakamura. They nailed his entrance. They nailed his taunts. Nakamura is awesome. Absolutely, I was marking out for Nakamura. But he does his signature and he throws him backwards. And Del Rio pretty naturally broke the table, I mean, went right through the table. So I picked Nodis up and we were just trying to like throw into stuff. Luigi was sitting right behind us, like, hey, why don't you try this? We were essentially testing out every little thing. Now, I will say when you're backstage, when you are fighting, and there's two doors you can go in. You can go into the locker room to do stuff, and you can go into the authority, or if you watched my video or my tweet, they spelt it wrong, authority, which was kind of funny. So once you're backstage, though, you can walk all the way down to where the interview, where you saw like Roman Reigns and Finn and Renee Young, and when you get close, they run away, as does the security guard. And then you can go and throw somebody into the monitor or the two pillars that are there, but you can't go any farther, at least on the build we played. Now, I was told, and I'm not gonna say this is 100% truth fact. Maybe I was told wrong, because I was a little like, oh, so it's not like Here Comes the Pain where you can go between. They said, well, in any match type, you actually can go backstage, seamlessly transition through. Now, I couldn't get it to work. I don't know if it was just on this build or what. I don't know if somebody that told me made it up. I would think I would trust this person, so I mean, it would be kind of cool if you could go anywhere. It definitely adds a little bit of, realism. I wish there was a little bit more backstage areas. I'll be honest. There's a couple more rooms they could do, but that's to come in the future. And if we got this with no showcase mode, imagine what they could do with no showcase mode even more. But what I wanted to kind of finish up on was in the crowd, we fought, used the weapons and everything. But backstage, there is an oh my god moment. So oh my god moments this year are different. Instead of being triangle and being oh my god, because it's the biggest annoyance in the world when you're trying to set up a match. Or in July, I think I only uploaded like 7 videos. I was working on WrestleCrate stuff, I was working on other stuff, but I recorded 100 plus matches. And my biggest pet peeve was like when oh my god moment came out and you're like, oh shit, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to hit a finisher. Instead, you picked him up and did the suplex to the outside, things like that. Now oh my gods are with R1 plus triangle. And then to switch your signature and finisher is left button where you click it, and then right click changes the aim. I don't know if those are different or not, but that's what I was just noticing. But the big thing that we ended on was Alberto Del Rio and Shinsuke Nakamura. The oh my god moment, which is a new oh my god moment because it's new in the game, new backstage area, is in Triple H's office. You can throw somebody against the desk. You can do an oh my god moment, and that oh my god moment basically goes up on the desk. You DDT the person, and they're KO'd. And Triple H is just sitting behind the desk the whole time looking at you, which was pretty awesome and pretty funny. So from what I played, the animations felt a lot better. I will say that the build we played on was a little choppy. Not because of the game. Don't worry about that. This happens every year on the playtest, and then the game comes out, and it's smooth as rain. This is just the build we played on. So I have no doubt in my mind that the final version will be better. I liked a lot of the moves. I liked a lot of the transitions. I tried roll-ups. We tried throwing people into different stuff. We tried going on the stage to see if we could go backstage. This year, you can walk a little bit back where you could go backstage, where it looks like you would go around. So that's why I have hope that the rumor I heard was true. But it's kind of a big one. I was pretty excited. I'm trying to think of anything big. If you have any questions you guys want me to answer that I may not have gotten to, if you thinking backstage or in-crowd fighting, let me know in the comment section below, and I will try to either make a follow-up video or tweet out if you're following me at Tubby Emu. I'll try to get as much details as possible. I will say I think it adds something very much needed to this game. There's a lot of people that miss the arcade style games. I was kind of one of them, man. I love the story creator. I love 2K14. 2K15 and 16 came out, which they're great sim games. Like I said, I like creating a realistic product. But if you give me highlight reel, oh my God. I will say now that when you're loading a match screen, the match screen's like 1 versus 1. You now have commentary over the match screen, which is really cool. I dug that. That was kind of a new little addition. The menu screen is completely new, 100% new. You guys, I really loved it. It looked way better clean. 17. I don't think they're going to do boxes. I think they're going to go more text-based. The matchup screens look really cool. I didn't get to use like highlight reel or anything like that. I didn't even think to pause the game at the time. If I'm being honest with you, we had a lot of people trying to get into play, and I try to maximize my time with the game, with the amount of stuff we had, like with Nakamura, Styles, besides the 4 basic people that everybody could play with throughout the night. So I think that kind of wraps it up for backstage and crowd fighting. I'm going to do a video on triple threats and fatal 4-ways, ladder matches. You guys can catch that in the link in the description, which will be coming out a little later tonight or probably tomorrow. It is a little bit late tonight, so we'll save that one for tomorrow. But WWE 2K17, I think we're in good hands this year. This is the first year I feel comfortable saying I'm really looking forward to the game. And I'm not just saying that as a person that does WWE for a living, because if you notice in my past couple months, I've done other stuff because I've been trying to find stuff that's fun, entertaining, creatively fulfilling, like machinima in like GTA 5, and hopefully Highlight Reel provides that, because there's a lot of excellent tools in this game to create some awesome simulations, to create some awesome recreations, and to make one hell of an awesome time for you and your friends. So I did notice like some small animations, like when you're running with a chair. I don't know if this was supposed to happen. He ran into the stairs and he fell, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of what else actually happened at this event. As somebody's coming in, I'm gonna try to hurry up and wrap up this video. I will say the event itself, I was very grateful that 2K let us come out. I was glad that we got our hands on it. The build we did. I was a little nervous when we sat down. We only got those 4 characters. Luckily, they changed it. Bob hooked it up, and we got to play the version that we're supposed to, because we're sitting around and everybody else is backstage and we're on like a normal match and we're like, this sucks. But that'll wrap it up. One-on-ones in crowd fighting and backstage. I'll be back with triple threats, fatal 4-way ladder match. Like I said, there's probably a lot more that I'm missing. These are just my first impressions. If you ask questions in the comment section below, I will try to follow up with that. Until next time, it's your boy Tubby. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you all later.